Are you absolutely fuming, just boiling with frustration, watching talent sit on the sidelines, waiting for a chance that seems to never fully materialize? Because I am, and today, we're unleashing that anger on a situation that defies logic, a perplexing saga surrounding a player who was once the undisputed future of the Toronto Maple Leafs, a player whose potential is screaming to be unleashed. Nick Robertson. How much more evidence do the Leafs need before they finally give this kid the keys to the car and let him drive? Let's rewind the clock, shall we? Cast your minds back to the innocent days before the world turned upside down, before the pandemic reshaped everything. Back then, the name Nick Robertson wasn't just a prospect. It was a beacon of hope, a unanimous, undisputed #1 prospect for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This wasn't just hype, this was earned. After a jaw-dropping season where he lit the lamp for an astonishing 55 goals in his final year of junior hockey, the buzz around him was deafening. Drafted as a 53rd overall pick in the 2019 NHL entry draft, he immediately looked like the biggest steal of that entire class. Think about it. A draft class that featured future stars like Capo Caco, Jack Hughes, Dylan Cousins, and Cole Caulfield, and yet a significant number of astute hockey minds were predicting that Robertson, with his electrifying shot and relentless motor, would be right up there, rubbing shoulders with those top-tier talents. He was supposed to be the next offensive dynamo, a pure goal scorer ready to explode onto the NHL scene. But instead, what have we witnessed? A perplexing, frustrating journey where he hasn't even consistently lived up to production of a player like Matias Maxelli, who was drafted a full 45 spots later at 98th overall in that very same draft. It's a narrative shift so dramatic, it almost feels like a betrayal of expectation. Now, I understand that nothing in the NHL is simply given. Every player has to earn their stripes, fight for every inch of ice, every minute of playing time. But even with that understanding, it still feels unequivocally like Nick Robertson hasn't been utilized enough to truly excel, to truly showcase the immense talent that we all know is lurking within him. Let's look at the cold, hard numbers and prepare to be astonished. In a career spanning 156 NHL games, Robertson has averaged a paltry 11 minutes and 28 seconds of ice time per game. Think about that. That's barely enough time to get a sweat going, let alone establish a rhythm or make a consistent impact. Yet, despite this criminally limited deployment, he still managed to pot 15 goals last season. Let that sink in. Of the 33 skaters who suited up for the Maple Leafs last year, Robertson averaged the 26th most ice time. He was practically glued to the bench compared to most of his teammates. But where did he finish on the team in goals? Seventh with the 26th most ice time. That's not just efficiency. That's a testament to his innate ability to find the back of the net. A pure goal scorer's instinct that shines through even when he's given scraps. This isn't just an opinion. These are the facts screaming at us from the stat sheet. And here's where the urgency, the absolute necessity of re-signing Nick Robertson becomes glaringly obvious. The Toronto Maple Leafs are facing a seismic shift in their offensive landscape. They just lost Mitch Marner, a player who consistently put up 27 goals last season, a significant chunk of their offensive firepower. You would think, with such a vital offensive void opening up, that the Leafs would be absolutely desperate to retain any and all offensive talent, especially one with a proven, albeit underutilized, ability to score goals. Robertson can be that player. He can be the one to help mitigate the loss of Marner's production, but only if they give him another genuine chance. This isn't just about sentimentality. It's about strategic necessity. The Leafs need offense, and Robertson has demonstrated, even in limited minutes, that he can provide it. To let him walk now, especially after Marner's departure, would be an act of profound self-sabotage, a perplexing decision that would leave fans scratching their heads in disbelief. For Nick Robertson, an undersized left winger with a sniper's mentality, the path to true NHL excellence is clear. He needs to play top 6 minutes. It's not a suggestion. It's a requirement for a player of his mold. While he showed an admirable willingness to engage physically last year, generating a career-high 79 hits, his core strength, his true value, lies in his ability to score goals, and that ability is maximized when he's playing alongside elite talent. There's absolutely no denying his shot. It's a laser, a quick-release weapon that few players in the league possess. And I truly believe, with every fiber of my being, that if he were consistently deployed alongside William Nylander every single night, we would be talking about a 25 to 30 goal scorer. Nylander isn't just an elite scorer himself. He's an incredible playmaker, a wizard with the puck who can create space and opportunities out of thin air. Imagine that hockey IQ, that vision, paired with Robertson's relentless drive to the net and his lethal release. The synergy would be immense, a dynamic duo that could terrorize opposing defenses. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a strategic pairing that makes perfect sense on paper and could unlock Robertson's full offensive potential. Beyond the on-ice potential, there's a compelling business argument for re-signing Robertson right now. He's still going to be a relatively cheap contract, a cost-effective option for a team that needs to manage its salary cap carefully. This makes him a low-risk, high-reward proposition. Even if, for some unfathomable reason, this renewed opportunity doesn't pan out exactly as hoped, Robertson's talent and efficiency in limited minutes mean he would still garner significant trade value mid-season. He's the definition of a good player on a bad team, in the sense that he's a player who, given the right circumstances and consistent opportunity, will eventually be great. He just needs the keys to the car, that consistent ice time and trust, to truly drive his career forward. The risk of keeping him is minimal. The potential reward is immense. On the flip side, if the team ultimately decides to move on from him, to simply let him walk or trade him away for pennies on the dollar, this could go down as one of the biggest busts in Toronto Maple Leafs team history. The hype surrounding him was astronomical, and to squander that potential, to not even give him a full fair shot, would be a monumental misstep that fans would never forget. Let's be blunt. Besides Austin Matthews, very few players in the entire NHL possess a better, quicker release than Nick Robertson. It's a pure, unadulterated goal-scoring weapon. The Toronto Maple Leafs have this weapon in their arsenal, and they should be doing everything in their power to utilize it more often this year. This is where new head coach Craig Berube comes into play. This is his opportunity to make a statement, to show that he's willing to trust and develop young talent, to give players like Robertson the opportunity they've earned. Personally, I am absolutely not giving up on a 23-year-old player who, in his junior career, scored more than a goal per game. That kind of innate scoring ability doesn't just disappear. It's there, waiting to be unlocked. So, my fervent hope, and I believe the hope of many passionate Leafs fans, is that the organization, and specifically Craig Berube, doesn't give up on him either. Give him the top 6 minutes he deserves. Give him the trust he needs. Let him prove that the hype was real, and that he can be a vital part of this team's offensive future. The time to re-sign Nick Robertson is now, and the time to unleash him is this season. So, what do you think, Leafs Nation? Are you as frustrated as I am by the underutilization of Nick Robertson? Do you believe he deserves that top 6 role and the chance to play alongside William Nylander? Or do you think the Leafs should move on? We want to hear your passionate opinions, your strategic insights, your hopes and fears for Nick Robertson's future with the Maple Leafs. Drop all your thoughts and predictions in the comments section below. And if you're as invested in the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs as we are, and you want to stay on top of every single development, every rumor, and every passionate take, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this video with every single Leafs fan you know, and make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never, ever miss a moment of the action. Until next time, let's keep the hockey talk buzzing.